Hi everybody, it's Steve, NotUdon here with Toby me out for another unboxing. This time it's a pair I picked up from The Good Life here in Dubai. It's a New Balance 2002R, part of the protection pack or refined futures, depends which one you call it. So it's again a size 13, my size, traditional New Balance box. But the shoe itself is, again, the whole protection pack, refined future thing they do, which is kind of like a open material distress look to it, which is kind of cool. So let's take a look. This is the Lunar New Year's pack. So it's a light purple. Toby gets the box. I get the shoes. You know how it works. So the shoe itself does come in this kind of like purple offset, like a grayish purple overall hue to it. The protection pack, the materials are always really kind of cool the way they kind of use the cut up materials to kind of go on the overlays, which is a nice little approach to it. It does come with some alternate laces, some nice little maroon laces you can use instead if you want to. It comes with a white lace now, obviously in advance. Logo-wise, again, traditional. Nothing really too much different than other 2002Rs, other than the fact that it is the kind of overall torn apart materials you can see. So you can see the materials are kind of overstitched or overcut. They kind of go beyond the stitching line to kind of create this overall like a loose flap look to it, kind of like the Outer Air is doing now with Converse. They're doing that overstitched look to it also with the actual materials. If you go back to New Balance, they ran an ad campaign a couple years ago for a pair I got, which was made with all samples. So it was all the materials were sample materials. In the photo spread they did for it, they showed the shoe being made in all these overlap materials, and they was excited about that when they released it. They didn't do it that way. They just that was their advertising campaign, but the shoe didn't have that kind of overlap materials. I think this is the result of that, where that was so popular they didn't do it. This is kind of a toned down version of that, where they take the materials, and you can see, like I said before, they're overproduced or overcut, so it has a really rough look to it. Even on the inside, like I said, the material up top, you can see a lot of the exposed tongue is kind of common now also. Personally, I have a couple pair of these shoes already, the colors, love it, really comfortable to wear, and real nice all-day wear shoe. And again, just the colors pop in this one, very muted colors, but again, nice overall look. Now, there was a pair of purples that released last year. This is a different hue, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you have a pair of the other purples, if they're the same gradient, let me know. Let me know if that was taken by the advertising for Lunar New Year's being the same as the other one. I think it is a little different. The colors do vary by shoe. It does say even here, I think the advertising thing here talks about materials are different. They're not exactly the same for every shoe, but that's the overall look and feel for this shoe. Now, I did mention this is a kind of this 2002R protection pack, refined futures. They've done other versions, so I did pick up pairs previously. This is the blue pair I got kind of recently. This is the blue one here. You can see the same thing, same overall look of the shoe, but again, it's the blue instead of the purple. And the pair I got most recently was a distress pack they released, and I didn't see it over here, but I got it in the US. Same thing, overall white shoe, but it comes pre-distressed, so the colors are all extra. Besides being overlap materials, the colors are kind of like faded as well, and kind of it's pre-made, pre-dirtied, so kind of a pre-worn look to it. The bottoms are not pre-worn. I've worn them since, so they're dirty now, but again, they kind of a pre-distressed look to the shoe. So this pair, particularly the pre-distressed pair, really just didn't do anything. It sat on the shelf. As far as you can get them really easily online, really cheap price on it because it just did not take off the way the other colors did. So I do know that since they're releasing more and more different colorways of the shoe, I do believe that they are not going for much more over retail, which is great in my opinion. Which means hopefully you can get a pair if you want a pair. You're not having to worry about trying to get a pair of somebody else. And then when they first dropped about 2 years ago, it was a general release. It wasn't even a special release or anything. The rainwater colorway, the gray colorway, was going for a high premium. The retail was like $150, $160, and they were selling for that's dollars, and they were selling for close to $800. So it's a really high markup on that when it first dropped. But now you can see the prices really have come down because the other colorways have come out. They're more easily available, which is kind of a nice thing. So I'm liking now that I'll say the shoe market has softened in that you're not having to go way over retail to buy a pair of shoes. I understand people make their living by buying and selling shoes. Okay, good for you. But for the rest of us that don't do that, just want to buy the shoes to wear them, it's much better now that the prices are not going up over resale, so you can buy them at the retail location. You're not having to fight a bunch of other resellers trying to buy the shoe to sell them back to you, which I never do, because if you don't buy a resale, they won't buy them and sell them to you. So again, hopefully you got a pair if you're able to. Like I said, buy what you like, wear what you buy. I think this pair is relatively easy to get. Now, if you are going to buy a pair at resale, the resale price should not be too much over market, which is fine as well. So that's it for now. For Toby and myself, thank you very much. If you see me in the real world, say hi. Always cool when I chat with people out there in the real world. So if you do see me, say hi. I appreciate the conversations. Until next time, take care, and hope you have a great one. Alrighty, bye. And this works at some point.